So this thing squeaks a lot. Second video, I'm doing a new deck that I just built, Shedinja. This is a like a test deck right now. I have another one. It is a Reuniculus deck, which I could go over. That'll be in a different video though. But yeah, it is a Reuniculus deck. I do have other decks. My favorite is Grimmsnarl. I do have Alakazam though. But yeah, this is all about Shedinja. If you guys want to, subscribe if you like Pokemon. But yeah, I do like Pokemon. And yeah, this deck, for people who don't know, Shedinja has the ability Fragile Husk. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon EX, opponent can't take any prize cards for it. So if the Pokemon EX were to knock this Pokemon out, they take no prize cards for it. And it takes one energy to attack, damage beat, which does 20 times the amount of damage counted on your opponent's active Pokemon. But the thing about Shedinja is it only has 60 HP, so it's very easy for single prize Pokemon to knock it out. But now, I don't want to put Luxurious Cape on it because I like how the single prize attacker, when it's knocked out by only single prize Pokemon, and it's a no prize attacker when it's knocked out by an opponent's Pokemon EX. So the deck list consists of 3 of them because there's 3 of them because I play 2 Ninjasks. And I only play 4 Ninkatas, or Ninkatas, 4 of them right here. But I play 2 Ninjasks instead of 1 because its cast off shell is its ability. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may use this ability. Search your deck for Shedinja and put it to your bench. Put it onto your bench to shuffle your deck. It has 80 HP, and U-turn takes 1 grass, and 1 colorless does 90, and it says switch this Pokemon on your bench Pokemon. Actually pretty good. 90 is not bad for 2 energies in a stage 1 attacker. But one thing I like about Ninjask and Shedinja is that they both have free retreat. So if I were to want to keep a Shedinja, if I'm going against a deck that only does damage to the front, which I don't know a deck that doesn't do that, aside from Sterilage, but if I were to do that, I can have Ninjask in the active with Shedinja. I can use his ability, throw Shedinja down, attach an energy to the Shedinja, retreat into Shedinja and attack. Or if I have a Shedinja that isn't an energy, or it doesn't have an energy on him, but I have a grass energy on a Nincada, I can play a Ninjask down, use his ability to get another Shedinja down, attach probably a grass energy this turn to the Ninjask, retreat from Shedinja to Ninjask and hit for 90, and go back into a Shedinja. I think it's a pretty good combo. I think it's pretty cool. Of course, the main attacker is Shedinja, but again, a Ninjask can be a pretty good attacker. And like I said, I am playing with 4 Ninkatas, so that way I am able to evolve 2 into the Ninjask, 2 into the Shedinja, and then I have Ninjask's ability, or another one left with Ninjask's ability. Now, yeah, both of them have low HP and get knocked out by Okidogi. They get knocked out by Ethan's Typhlosion, other stuff. So the way I'm dealing with this is I'm playing 2/2/2 of Dusknoir. For people who don't know, which if you don't know what Dusknoir does, then you are either new to the game or you've just never played before. Curse Blast lets you knock out Dusknoir. In exchange, you do 130 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. In this case, it's going to be more of probably the active since Battle Cage is out. But I do play 4 stadiums, which can be actually pretty good. Since a lot of decks like Alakazam play like 2 to 3. So either way, I'm winning the stadium race, whatever it's called. I'm forgetting it. But what I really like about this deck is for anyone who got the Try to Fable ETB, I like going to the combo section because I like looking at cards, finding out new combos to use with them, and then possibly make a deck out of them. I used to want to build Blood Moon with Dusknoir, not Monkey Dory like the new one is, but I know Dusknoir was pretty good. But Dusknoir is used a lot. Shedinja is kind of like Blood Moon, but instead of doing, I think it was 100 base damage and 30 for every damage counter for its active Pokemon, it's 20 for every damage counter for its active Pokemon. So if they have no damage counters, Shedinja does nothing. Which I also actually found, the idea just popped in. If your opponent has more than 90 HP, you can hit for 90 with U-turn with Ninjask, retreat into Shedinja, and if they can't knock out Shedinja, or if you have two Shedinjas and they can't knock out either one of them, or both of them at the same time, you attach a second energy to one of the Shedinjas and hit for 180 on top of 290, which is hitting 270, which is knocking out every basic EX in the game right now. But Dusknoir does 130. We do play a couple gusting options in here, so you can hit the bench. Like for example, if it's an easy KO, or if they're building up a Charizard and the back has 330, you can use Dusknoir's ability to knock it out. They take a prize card, right? You can play a Gust like Counter Catcher, Pokemon Catcher, Boss Orders, anything like that. Gust up Charizard, and then use Damage Beat to hit, what was it, 260. So in total, you're doing 390 to them one turn. So it's like they take one prize card while you're taking two, or that knocks out almost every single basic. That knocks out every Mega Pokemon in the game that does, like, if you're excluding all like the health like buffs. Like for example, Mega Kangaskhan, people make it to where he has like 450 HP, which I think could be pretty intimidating. But the thing with that is if we're tackling Shedinja, they can't take any prize cards for Shedinja, which is actually pretty good. So this is why I actually kind of like that one. You're basically exchanging one prize card for more than one prize card. And if you're able to if you have two Dusknoirs out and you're able to, what you could do is you could use one Curse Blast, put on a big guy. They don't take a prize card, but you do. And if you have more prize cards, you can counter catch up the big guy. Use another Dusknoir to knock out one of their Pokemon, and both take prize cards. So you're down to 4 prize cards, and then you knock out one of the big guys and possibly take 3, which you're able to take 5 prize cards in one turn, which I think is great. But for the other cards that we are, in case I didn't say it, I'm playing 2/2/2 of Dusknoir. And then for other cards, we're playing Fez and Hawlucha. I put in Hawlucha because of flying entry, so that way we are able to actually do damage, which the only thing is, Hawlucha does 10 damage, but if they have like a Budew, and we just need, and we want to take a prize card, like for example, Dragapult plays with 2 buddies, and if there's someone new to the game and they put a Budew out while you have like 2 prize cards remaining, you can play Hawlucha, put 10 onto the Budew, boss up the Shedinja, and then do 20 onto the Budew in the game, which might not happen, but it is pretty good. Also lets Dusclops hit 60 instead of 50, so if they put down like a Snorunt, like you're going to Extreme Snow, you can knock out the Snorunt. So there's those, and then we're also playing with Fezandipity because I thought of playing with Mega Kangaskhan, but with him having 3 energy retreat, I don't want to do that. It's it's a big cost, and since Shedinja has 60 HP and he's probably going to be getting knocked out, it's pretty easy to keep drawing cards. So there's those. On to supporters, we're playing 4 Lilies. for the determination, because drawing 6 cards is great, but drawing 8 cards early game, phenomenal. And there's actually a card in here where if you're going, what was it? You may not want to go first because of the cards, so by next turn you're able to evolve really easily. Wait, right? So during the first turn, yeah. Okay, so yeah, kind of want to go first. You can go second, but I don't play any Team Evolution in this deck, so you kind of do want to go first, but still, it's pretty good. We're playing 4 Lily's Determination. We're playing 2 Judge, because I feel like I like Judge more than Iono, but, you know, you could also play Iono. We're playing 2 Boss's Orders. That's 2 of our Gust cards. Playing Chloris Tenacity to get our stadiums out. We do play stadiums. We play Grand Tree as our ace spec. I'll get into it when we get there. But we play Chloris Tenacity, 2 of them. Play 2 Dawn, so that way we could get a couple cards out that we need. And yeah, just Dawn can actually have some usefulness in this deck. Playing with Lana's Aid, one of them. Playing with Lana's Aid because we play with only 1 rule box Pokemon in the deck, so with the other 16 Pokemon in the deck, I think Lana's Aid could do really good. And then we're playing with a Surfer, just in case if we don't have an energy, or in case we can't retreat from that Halucha or Fez. We can play Surfer, and also we can draw up to 6 cards in our hand. And then for final support, we're playing Hilda, so that way we can get a Ninjask, throw down Shedinja, get a Psychic Energy in our hand, and then retreat into the Shedinja. Or we could get Dusclops and a Psychic Energy, or if we want to attack with Shedinja, we can get a Grass Energy. Onto the item cards. We are playing 2 Counter Catchers. The combo, I like the Dusclops, or I like the Dusknoir Counter Catcher combo. I always try and think of whenever I put a Dusknoir into a deck, I always think of that combo because I like it. Early game, if neither player is taking a prize card, you use Dusknoir, make your opponent have a prize card more than you, or have less prize cards than you. Can kind of catch up a big guy and then take a knockout. We're also playing 2 Night Stretcher for retrieval. We always need retrieval. We can get energies or Pokemon. We're also playing with 2 Earthen Vessels, so that way we can get our energies. Because we have really no draw, aside from Flip the Script and Lilies. Other than that, we have no draw. So searching for the cards we need can be really good. We're also playing 2 Buddy Buddies to get the Ninkatas we need, and Ninkatas and Duskulls that we need. We're playing with 2 Switch, again, in case our Fezzidippity or Halucha gets trapped in the active and we can't retreat. We can switch into a card we want up there. And we're also playing with 2 Super Rods, more retrieval. Again, we play with Grand Tree, so Super Rod. I'll get it. In case you don't know, I'll read what it does later when I get to it. Nest Ball, one of them. Well, we play one Nest Ball, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Rare Candy, and 1 Pokegear 3.0. Those are the items. On to stadiums. We're playing 2 Force of Vitality. The reason why I like that is because we're playing 2 Force of Vitality. You can go first and then evolve into Ninjask, but also with late game, if you need Shedinja's down, or you want a Ninjask down, you play Force Vitality and then evolve immediately into Ninjask with Ninkata during the first time you play it. So we play 2 of them because they can come in handy. Also because, I don't want one of them prized. We're playing with 1 Artisan, so we can get our non-Roblox Pokemon down. Again, we're playing with 16 Roblox Pokemon, 1 Roblox. And then our ace spec is Grand Tree. So to summarize it, you can search your deck for stage 1 that evolves from your base Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it, and then you search your deck for stage 2, put it onto the evolved stage 1 Pokemon, and then shuffle your deck. But you can't play it when a basic Pokemon was put down that turn. It says players can't evolve a basic Pokemon during the first turn or basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. Now, Grand Tree doesn't work if you like, let's say you have a Dusclops. It doesn't work you can't search your deck for a Dusknoir with Grand Tree. You have to search your deck for a Dusclops evolving. You have to search your deck for Dusclops and put it onto a Duskull, and then search your deck for a Dusknoir, put it onto the Dusclops, and then you're done. You can only do it once, which Grand Tree is pretty good. Excuse me, but we only really have it in there for Dusclops. The combo around Grand Tree, though, the reason why I picked it is because with Dusknoir being there, we can hit huge numbers like 390 damage with just Dusknoir and Shedinja and 1 energy. If we have an energy attached to a Shedinja up front and we have a whole Dusknoir back there, we can hit for 390 damage, or we can hit for 130 and then hit for 390, or hit for 260 more damage. God, I don't know if that's difficult to get out. But the reason why I play Grand Tree is because when we use Dusknoir's ability, we are putting them in the discard and they get knocked out. What we could do is we could play a card such as Lana's Aid or Super Rod to put the whole line back into the deck, or put at least Dusclops and Dusknoir back in the deck, and maybe an energy, and then we put down a Duskull, wait for our next turn to come around, and then we evolve back to Dusknoir. That's the reason why Grand Tree is in here. I was thinking either Prime Catcher or Neutralization Zone. And I thought, since I'm playing Dusknoir, I don't need Prime Catcher since I'm going to be playing Counter Catcher. Neutralization Zone, it's good to make sure that my Dusknoir doesn't die. Ninjask's whole purpose, its main purpose is to have Shedinja, is to get Shedinjas down, and then Dusknoir, he's gonna get knocked out either way from his ability. Hawlucha, I don't really care if he dies, and then Pheasantipede isn't affected by it. And then Shedinja, it can still be knocked out by damage from Pokemon EX, they just can't take any prize cards for it. Keeping Shedinjas alive isn't the main problem. So it isn't a problem. So, I mean, Neutralization Zone didn't work. The Max Belt, I thought of it mainly because it allows us to hit 50 more damage, but I thought that not really, considering Jamming Tower is pretty good, and yeah, we have a couple stadiums in here that can go around Jamming Tower. The main problem I was still getting at is the problem that I still thought of was, how am I going to get Dusknoirs out easy, because they are infected by Forest Vitality. So I settled on with Grand Tree. I think Grand Tree is the best stadium for this deck I'm playing right now. Those are the trainer cards, and for the energies we are playing 5 Psychic and then 3 Grass. And I mean, with Dusknoir, you can attack with it because it takes 2 Psychics. I wouldn't say you need to, but I mean, if you really gotta, like, it does, I think, 150, right? Yeah, it does 150 for 2 Psychic and 1 colorless, and you retreat like your opponent. So, I mean, like, the damage and the effect is actually really good. It's just the cost for it is pretty bad. So, but that's with my whole Shedinja deck. I'm gonna do a couple test plays with it. I really like the Ninjask and Shedinja combo. And yeah, I might make a couple changes in this. I'm thinking of putting Professor's Research in there because drawing 6 is really good, but drawing 7 can be a bit better because you draw an extra card. So, but yeah, this is the deck right now. If you guys want to use it, and kind of make your own, you can go ahead, but that's my whole thing.